I'm getting my COVID-19 vaccine.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in.
And documenting all my side effects. Bam! The soreness set in. But with cases of infection among those who are vaccinated, how protected am I?
Now what we're seeing are actually mutants, which are quite different from the original strand.
Talking Point, tonight, 9:30 p.m. on CNA.
From the top stories in Asia.
A quicker, portable way of testing for COVID-19 in just 5 minutes.
To breaking news in the US and Europe.
US President-elect Joe Biden is set to formally introduce his top economic team.
With an eye on markets opening across the world.
Wall Street's major indices all closed the month with double-digit percentage gains.
It's the one bulletin that offers you a global perspective. World Tonight, daily, on CNA. Have fun while breaking a sweat on your next visit to Gangnam. Enjoy the weightlessness of bungee fitness. Or learn the health benefits of pole dancing. So don't miss the opportunity to feel the burn with the latest workout trends in Korea. Gangnam Insiders Picks, Sunday on CNA. This program is brought to you by the Gangnam-gu office.
They treat me like a slave.
तो एक के चलती हजारों आदमी भूखे मर जाते हैं।
मैं तो सोचता था कि मैं कहीं मम्मी को मैं बहुत बोलता था, मम्मी मुझे कुछ अच्छा पॉइजन दे दो कि मैं मर जाऊं।
Oh my God, they've been blasting the wrecks.
A brand new season of Undercover Asia.
This June, Asia's past, present and future comes together. Race to feed the world as scientists, farmers and entrepreneurs solve the impending food crisis. Journalist Yulma Raki unveils the transformation of Japan's social and political identity in Deciphering Japan, and relive the history of the Chinese Communist Party as it marks 100 years of existence. This June on CNA.
He's just looking at us with his eyes wide open. Oh, it's so cute.
I'm Shushan, and in this series, I'll be tracking into hidden parts of Singapore.
Oh my God, treacherous.
To find out what's being done to save our biodiversity.
Every animal plays a significant role.
And if we're running out of time.
It seems that there is an uptrend in number of roadkills.
It's in our nature. Video on demand on CNA.Asia.
In business news, European shares are pushing higher today. The pan-European stocks 600 climbing by 0.5% to hit a record high. Financial counters leading the advance there, and sentiment was also boosted by hopes of increased U.S. fiscal spending. The FTSE 100, the DAX and the CAC up by about 0.5% each, while the FTSE up by 0.1%. Canada is investigating allegations of forced labor in Malaysia's palm oil and glove manufacturing industries. Malaysia is home to some of the world's biggest palm oil and rubber glove producers, which have been facing increasing scrutiny over reports of labor abuses. Canada's probe comes after the United States banned imports from 3 Malaysian firms on suspicions of forced labor in the last year. The sanctioned companies include Top Glove, the world's biggest latex glove maker, and 2 of the top palm oil producers, Sime Darby and FGV Holdings. Top Glove said in April it has resolved all indicators of forced labor found at its factories. The 2 palm oil companies say they are committed to protecting workers' rights. It's been a month of volatility for cryptocurrencies, with Bitcoin tumbling some 30% from its peak on concerns over increased regulation. And Bitcoin also fluctuated when one of its most influential backers, Elon Musk, turned against the cryptocurrency earlier this month over environmental concerns. Critics have been sounding the alarm on Bitcoin's energy use for years. According to a Cambridge study, Bitcoin mining produces as much carbon dioxide as New Zealand does in a year. Bitcoin works under a system called Proof of Work. It isn't controlled by any single authority like a central bank, but rather a disparate network of computers. So-called miners then compete to solve complex math puzzles in order to make a transaction go through. The process is energy-intensive and expensive. The alternative to this is proof of stake, which is being used by cryptos such as Cardano. A proof of stake takes a different approach to security by ensuring trust in a more old-fashioned currency way, such as money. Validators stake their own crypto on the network. Instead of considering the secondary cost of electricity to run a proof-of-work node, a proof-of-stake chains are forced to directly deposit the monetary amount onto the network. Still, skeptics say this is not the ultimate solution to the environmental concerns around crypto. We spoke earlier to an expert on how cryptocurrencies can go green.
Bitcoin is going to stay at proof of work. There is no serious discussion about ever changing that. And so I think environmental focus there needs to be around greening the energy supply, more transparency, and then offsetting the rest, in my opinion. With Ethereum, it's been proof of work until now. They started the shift to proof of stake last December, and I believe in the next year or so, we'll have fully made that transition. Yes, it's complicated, but the Ethereum community is brilliant, dedicated, and has been quite pulling off magic as far as I can tell in terms of what they've developed and evolved. So I believe that that will happen, and that will drive emissions down, 99% or more. And so I think that is a durable solution for the climate issue around Ethereum. We have other proof of stake coins natively, like the Near protocol, that's now able to use the Aurora and Bridge, the Rainbow Bridge, to connect their proof of stake blockchain with the currently proof of work and in the future proof of stake Ethereum, and connect a lot of the programs so that they can run on both. What's important for me is, now that we're recognizing this is an issue, people are making strides to solve it, is we need to get to a green baseline, and then really keep focusing on using these innovative, world-changing tools, not only to be carbon neutral in their use, but to start building the tools that will actually help humanity fight climate change. And so that's very important to us.
Border closures and travel restrictions amid the pandemic have kept many Singaporeans within the confines of their tiny island nation for more than a year now. And many have picked up some form of recreation or hobby to help fill up their time. Others have used the opportunity to turn a passion into an enterprise.
Samsudin Ishak ended up having a lot of time on his hands after the COVID-19 pandemic hit.
After the pandemic, we were out of job. The project stopped, so I was back to Singapore. My job is mostly outstation.
So like a number of Singaporeans, he decided to pick up a new pursuit.
I live here close to the sea. I think I find that kayaking is one of the hobby. And I'm a fishing enthusiastic guy, so that's where I started and look around for kayak. There's a couple of companies which even sell kayak and help you to maintain your kayak.
The rising interest in kayaking has also translated to higher demand for related services in this sport.
Singaporeans got stuck in Singapore, so they are looking for activities, and I think kayaking is one of the interesting activity for them. We do sightseeing, we do exploration, we do some exercise. Actually, it's really a very good exercise. I think people can spend thousands of dollars on bicycle. I think one kayak will cost about, depends on the range. Some are basic like mine is not too much, it's just $1,000 over. Some can go up to $3,000–4,000.
Entrepreneur Muhammad Nordin knew an opportunity when he saw it, so he expanded his kayaking and fishing business.
Due to the pandemic, the business for doing kayak fishing tour increased tremendously with the help of social media and sharing. So I decided to purchase more of the kayak from a local distributor. I sold off my car because never really use it, and then I used that money to actually purchase a van and invest more on the kayak itself.
It's a similar story on land. Businesses dealing in cycling-related products have reported a significant increase in demand for bicycles and related accessories, giving a lift to prices and revenues as well.